All right, we're back for another episode of the Dare Show podcast where I want to dare you to look at things through a different perspective. Let's just get right into it. I'm playing catch up, because, like I said, sometimes if I don't write stuff down, I really forget what I'm gonna talk about. So I have some Patti stuff I want to catch up on. So Patti, Miss LaBelle, she popped up at Patti Jackson's, who is a Philadelphia Philadelphian legendary radio host. And Patti popped up at her street naming. Now, we know Patti had her own street naming probably, I think it was like 2018, maybe even 19. With her cute red wig on, Patti got her own, I think the Patti LaBelle Way. I think it was like some main street in Philadelphia. But anyways, the Philadelphian Patti Jackson had her street naming, revealing, whatever you want to call it. And Patti, I had to say this because Patti looked amazing. I was just like, what? This lady never ceases to amaze me. And even like last night, I think she did some kind of show. I think it was like a private event. She looked gorgeous. I thought, because her and John had like made a little video of her and John. And I thought it was like a photo from a couple of years ago. I mean, like a video from a couple of years ago. But no, it was like last night. Patti looked gorgeous. Her makeup, her hair. Patti always stuns it out. But at the Patti Jackson reveal lane, whatever, Patti had like matches her shoes, and her shirt was matching. It was just like stunning. She was like stunning. And I really enjoyed this Coco-esque long nails Patti has put on recently. So on to the next. So her concert, right? She had a concert in Virginia, I believe. Another spot date. Can I tell you, I think this was the best Patti concert all year. All year, or in a couple of years. Because, we've been pandemicking. So, I think this is her best concert. Her best concert. Her voice was amazing. I think she really got into the words. She listened. She was like, either she was reading, like, okay, the opening, right? The opening was fantastic. She came up from like behind the stage in her, like, I think it was pink, and she was just like bopping to something special is going to happen. And I'm like, something special is such a great opener. It's such a great opener. And she was hitting vocals from, 1985. She was just killing it. She came up bopping. I was just like, yes. And I think that might have been like the biggest crowd I've seen, like video footage wise. Like that was a big crowd. Like they were hype. I think she did co-headline with the Whispers. She sounded incredible. And then, not a lot of footage has come out, but her niece, Stacy, she had put a video up, or she went live on Facebook, right? And she did a couple in the beginnings. I think it was like, if you ask me to, Patti saying the mic off the stand, and the stand fell. Oh, John was there. John Stanley, and his, filling in, I believe. Oh my gosh. Honestly, it's something like, I think, just because of like the history and the legendariness. Like I said, I think Patti's only had like 2 major, maybe 3 major musical directors in her career. I think, I'm not sure about her solo career. I think like 2 or 3 major, but like Bud, he was with LaBelle towards the end of LaBelle, and then she snatched him up, and they wrote and produced tons of music, like tons of music. So it's always, it was just like really nice to see John with Patti. He made like a statement like, this is the shortest retirement ever. I was shocked. I was like, wait, there's John. Okay, but anyways, so on Stacy's Facebook, right? Facebook Live, she had showed us, Isn't It a Shame? You know, now she dedicates that to Miss Sarah Dash. Life is so crazy. Life is so strange. It's so annoying. It's so aggravating. I just like, she was so, first of all, the backgrounds on Isn't It a Shame? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They were so tight. They were so precise. There was a new lady. Okay, there's Debbie Henry. And I keep forgetting the other lady that's been there for a long time. I keep forgetting her name. There's Debbie Henry. Gosh. Like, once I say it, like, I hear it, I'll be like, okay, yes. Because there's like a flow name to it. Her name is like a flow to it. Has a flow to it. There's Debbie Henry, a new lady, and then the lady that's been there for a while with, yeah. So they sounded incredible. Shout out to them. Though, like the Isn't It a Shame backgrounds, oh my goodness. Beautiful. Just so beautiful. But you know, and then Patti got like really emotional. She was just like, you know, sometimes you can't even sing. I can't even sing sometimes because I'm over here thinking about my girl, and it's just so sad. It's incredibly sad. It's incredibly confusing. It's very sad. Another moment I loved from the concert that I really like, I'm really like, okay, once you like see something fully, you like really get into it. The He Cares. She does like a little snippet of He Cares, and then the lady that's been there for a while, she'll finish it, and then they go into When You've Been Blessed. I'm like, yes, that's such a beautiful transition, a great transition, a great one. Oh wow, You Are My Friend. When she's saying You Are My Friend, I was hearing some like old elements coming through. The like, Don't Leave Me. I heard John singing the Don't Leave Me part. I think Patti's back, her voice is like strong, and she's doing like the little da da da. Patti's voice, I've noticed Patti's been holding notes a little bit longer. She's been holding it a little bit longer. She's been hitting some high notes. She's been hitting them high notes. Of course, always looking great. But the You Are My Friend, I noticed like You Are My Friend, she was just ripping and wailing and like running and ripping and railing up in the scale and up and down. And then she went to like go get off, she wanted to go like be with the people. Like I told you like a couple of weeks ago, she really loves her audience and she wants to be with the people. And I'm just like, y'all gotta let her get to her people. But she's just like, she went to go walk off the stage into the audience, but she didn't go all the way. She just went like to a couple of the steps. And it's funny because you can hear Stacey like, tell her to get her ass back up. That was so funny. She's like, tell her to get her ass up back up here. And she made it seem like she was going to fall or something. I'm like, we have never seen Patti fall on stage. We've seen Patti do a whole lot on stage, but falling is not one of them. But yeah, that was a funny moment. And then like right after You Are My Friend, she acknowledges Stacey for being there. So funny. She's like, thank you, Stacey. I love you. But yeah, I think this is like her best show. Her best show. If you have a chance, go look at Stacey's footage on Facebook. So Sarah Dash. This is a very emotional moment. Sarah Dash was inducted into the New Jersey Hall of Fame with a whole bunch of other people. Chelsea Handler, I think it was Danny DeVito. Okay, I don't know. Never mind. I'm not even going to try. It was just like a whole bunch of people, New Jerseyans, that were inducted into the Hall of Fame. And so they had pre-recorded a bunch of stuff. And I'm guessing, shockingly, it was so haunting, right? So they pre-recorded the stuff. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was around the time of Sarah Dash's birthday. Oh, gosh, her last birthday. In August. I think it was like early August her birthday is. And so Nona and Patti recorded something, like their little introduction to Sarah. And it was just like, oh God. Like, I've never seen them like that. Like, separated up like that. And it's kind of haunting. Like, we have Nona and Patti. It's chilling and haunting, really. Nona and Patti alone introducing Sarah to the New Jersey Hall of Fame. And it was just like, oh my goodness. It's all on YouTube. You can definitely go check that out. But then the real haunting moment was, we actually did get a last LaBelle moment. And they sang a little bit of... incredibly, I'm not even gonna lie, it was really good. It was really, really good. The little snippet that they did of, like, their voices are still really great. Of Lady Marmalade, right? Side note, why hasn't Lady Marmalade... Okay, so I was thinking, so like at the end of this last show, Patti did a little bit of Donna Summer's Bad Girls, right? Like, she clicked right into it. And I believe it was it was right after Lady Marmalade. It was like the ending song, right? So I'm thinking, why hasn't Lady Marmalade been like an inspiration for a movie or a TV show? I think that would be so cool. It's such a powerful woman. You know, hookers are powerful. Powerful women. Sex workers are powerful people. And I think you can branch off and have such, like, incredible moments with Lady Marmalade. Like, going, like, background, like, going into the story. Like, it's such a story song. I feel like it should be, like, a movie or a TV show. Like, I could definitely see, like, Netflix doing, like, you know how, like, Dolly Parton did, the Coat of Many Colors, what was that? Coat of Many Colors, right? She did her Coat of Many Colors. And I'm like, I feel like that would be a cute TV show concept, right? Okay, but anyway, so, Sarah Dash, she was nominated into the Hall of Fame, and they sang, like I said, at the end, they sang a little bit of Lady Marmalade. And Sarah, in her speech, she, like, thanked Patti, because she was like, if it wasn't for Patti, I wouldn't be here. I think they were at Patti's house. Like I said, I think that last birthday was at Patti's house. Yeah. It's just really sad, really haunting. But shout out to Sarah Dash. Shout out to that. So, enough Patti talk. Let's go on to some more girl group moments. All right. So, Kelly Rowland, she came out and she was doing like this like thing on Instagram, and she somehow read the one comment asking about when is the next Destiny's Child reunion. And I'm just like, I'm so sick of them asking Kelly, because Kelly's really the only one who's out here actually talking and giving interviews, more than like Beyonce. No, wait, maybe Michelle is, but I feel like Kelly and Michelle are more open to it, but Beyonce is definitely, send me your questions and I'll answer what I want, right? So that leaves Kelly and Michelle being open to this main question, which I low-key feel like Beyonce is holding them up. And not in a bad way. Just, Beyonce, we definitely see her busy being, a businesswoman, a family woman. Not to say that the others aren't, but of course, Beyonce, Miss Knowles Carter is the bigger star. So we definitely see her a lot more. Or people pay attention to her a lot more than they do the other ones, even though the other two are incredibly talented, incredibly funny. I love Kelly Rowland's Instagram stories. I love Kelly's Instagram stories, her showing her cute babies, her mom journey with Titan, and her cute kid Noah. Michelle is killing it on like the fashion games, right? So I'm kind of annoyed at Kelly being constantly asked, when are they getting reunited? She's like, girl, I don't know, or whatever, like snappy-ish comment she said. It's just very annoying, right? Also, this other thing about Kelly being a part of Beyonce's family, right? We all know Miss Tina is, at this point, she's Kelly's daughter. I mean, she's Kelly's mother. Like, come on, you guys. And you know what? It bothered me that Kevin Frazier asked this question because he's black. He's been around the family. He's interviewed all of them. He's been around since the beginning. And you're asking this dumbass question to Tina, saying something like, are you her daughter? Are you her mother? Or something like that. And she's like, of course I'm her mother. She grew up with me. Matthew and Tina invited and accepted Kelly into their home when Kelly wanted to be a part of the group. I think Kelly's mom lived in Atlanta, so she was just like, girl, go ahead. They're probably going to give you a nice or better life than, you're probably going to have with me at this point. I don't know if that's 100%, the thought, but I think that was the concept. And at this point, Beyonce and Kelly, they talk about their friendship and their love for each other. And it's just so beautiful. It's actually so beautiful because I think Beyonce, one of them was like praying, I think it was, no, it was Kelly, I believe. Kelly was like, I prayed to God. I asked God to send me a friend. And he sent her Beyonce. And they've been friends forever. They're not friends, they're fucking sisters. It's just annoying. It's annoying. I wish you guys would just leave Tina alone with these dumbass questions. With the Knowles, Rowland, Carter family. Leave them alone with these dumbass questions. Get on my nerves. It's just so annoying, like, reading past this shit. Like, if I read it once, I've read it all. And I'm sick of it. Let's ask some new questions. Like, Kelly, where's this new video? Kelly, why aren't you pumping out more singles? Kelly, nobody really cares about this acting movie. Give us some music. Give us a good concert. She has a concert, I think it's early next year or at the end of this year in Mexico. I'm like, Kelly, are you going to give it to us? Come on, Kelly. On to this other Clark catch-up news with like another girl group, right? I love the Clark sisters. I enjoy the Clark sisters a lot, especially, in 2020, the movie, the incredible album called The Return. Go listen to it. So they did this interview on Fox Soul with I think the title of the show was called Hollywood Confidential. Very weird format, the way he formats the show. He's just like reading quotes 90% of the time. It was just like, okay, whatever. So it was a cute interview. They talked about The Return, they talked about the movie, they talked about their mother, they talked about each other, the funny sisters, the serious side, what brings them together, the typical Clark sisters topics. But one part, I figured out something, right? I figured out why every time I go to Karen's Instagram, right? She's always talking about the haters. The Laura will build a table in front of your enemies or something like that. Footstool, something Bible coding I'm not really good at. So Karen's always talking about some haters. And I'm like, Karen, who is hating on you? What are you talking about? You are the first lady. You are adored. People love you. You're the vocal goddess. You're, a preacher. You're the first lady of the entire world. Like, you're the fashion Kojic woman of the year. You're it. You're the lead of the Clark sisters. You be killing it. You're amazing. You have these incredible children. You have this husband and everybody loves, and it's just like, who is hating on Karen Clark Sheard? Why does she keep saying this? You show us she whistled a note. No. She whistled a run, you guys. She whistled a run. I'm like, wait, I guess, no. She did it so much clearer and so much better. Karen is it. Karen is the talent. She is blessed and highly flavored, right? I figured out why she keeps saying this. So, the Clark sisters has this thing with their sister, Denise. But Karen was like, I made up with my sisters, right? Well, we all made up with our sister. And I think Karen might get the most backlash because, she is the more forefront out of all of them. I think she might get the most backlash in terms of Denise not being in the group or the referendums with Denise. But I'm like, Denise, I think Karen, being the baby of the group, wants the family to be whole again. She probably, I don't know. I think she did have, her moment, like she did say at her mom's funeral. But other than that, and I don't really know, but I'm just saying, other than that, I don't think that there was such a huge rift between her and Denise. And I think she definitely wants Denise back in the family, back in the whole. So she had, in the interview, she was like, I have to take a moment and thank my sister Denise, and, we're all reconciling, we've forgiven each other, and we love each other. And she's like, we even went and saw each other. Now, Denise, if I'm not mistaken, Denise was like, a couple years ago, on like Larry Reid Live, she was very much, my sisters and I were not getting along. They kind of abandoned me. It wasn't really nice of them. Yada, yada, yada. So, Larry Reid, I'm very late on this story. This was like a week ago. Larry Reid had gotten some information. He was talking about this whole situation. Oh, and Karen was like, we're being back together. But Karen, I think what I'm taken from this is because afterwards, after that interview came out, Denise had made a statement, right? And she said, remember this, I've stated that a Clark Sisters reunion it's been stated that a Clark Sisters reunion is forthcoming. I never said that. They lied, whomever they are. People stop falling for the lies. This is the wrong impression being given. I see you fell for the lies. I think, and then she also went on and talked about like a fan, right? A fan being, talking about, sorry, I'm in a different location. I'm in a car this week. So it's really hot. And so she talked about a fan, and I think the fan had like mistaken the information and said that they were like getting back together, but they're not. I think getting back together like for like an album or something. At this point, the Clark Sisters fans, you guys need to let that go. Let it go. Now. Today. Let it go. It's not going to happen. I don't think we don't even know where vocally they are. Where vocally Denise is, right? We don't know Of course, you guys want to hear them sing old songs. I think that's the only way. They're not going to get together for another. Ooh, look at her. Look at that old black woman in this Jeep. Not Jeep, this GMC truck. She's killing it. Anyways, it's a beautiful color car, too. Anyways, the Clark sisters are not going to get back together as a quintet, whatever they're called. All five of them. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. Look at her. There's absolutely no way. And so I'm just like, you guys really need to like let it. I'm in this mall parking lot and these drivers are so giving me a headache. So I'm just like, you guys really need to let it go because it's not happening. There's no reason to keep thinking it's going to happen. Denise, I don't think, wants to sing with her sisters. In terms of what Karen said, which Denise's response kind of made Karen look bad. Karen was just saying, we're not going to get back together. I mean, Karen was saying, we're reconciling, we're forgiving each other, we're moving on. We're gonna get back together as in a family. We're not getting back together as in a group. Boom, clap, snap. That's all that she was saying. So I'm just like, you guys need to let it go. Side note, right? So that's what I realized, Miss Clark. Because again, she was talking about like, I'm so happy I'm with my, she was with her grandchildren and her son and her husband out at Chili's. And I'm like, she was like, I'm so happy and I'm not letting the devil get to my happiness. You got to choose to be happy or whatever. So I'm just like, damn, who's hating on Miss Karen Clark, the First Lady shared? Oh, Lord. Side note, Twinkie in the interview was like, I got in this car accident. I wasn't able to walk for a month. All of a sudden, God healed my body, and I was good. I was like, what? What you mean all of a sudden God healed your body after a month? You didn't do any, exercises, any, rehab? You're just out here chilling at home, and then all of a sudden your body's moving? Twinkie, y'all church people gotta get it together with your stories a little bit tighter, right? Because it's a little messy. So something I saw on Instagram, this week, a very shocking, interesting, intriguing photo by BB Winans. So BB Winans took a picture with Tamar and he said, so story is, I'm going to get it done when I arrive in blah, 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 blah. And went over to the studio to sing a background on Tamar Braxton's new song. And it was wonderful. Can't wait for you all to hear it. Music, love, lost and found. I don't know what that means. So that'll be interesting. I know Tamar is sporadically working on new music. I don't know if she's working on an album. Tamar is very Gemini-ish when it comes to her thoughts and her actions. So we'll see what Tamar has, but BB Winans singing on a background of a Tamar song sounds very interesting. I'm very interested, are you making inspirational music? Is it a good gospel tune? I'm sure it's a good gospel tune. Yeah, very interesting. Tina Turner, y'all gotta leave Tina Turner alone at this point. Just like the Clark sisters gotta leave Denise, Twinkie, Karen, Jackie, and Dorinda. Happy birthday, Dorinda. I believe it is the Rose of Gospel's birthday today, October 20th. Y'all gotta leave Tina Turner alone, right? Tina is being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So she did an interview with somebody. I forgot. And she talked about her retirement. She was just like, Tina's still the same Tina. But the thing is, okay, I get what Tina is saying, but I kind of don't because I love music, right? Because I love music so much, I don't think if I was a performer, I don't think I could stop loving music, right? But Tina acts like she doesn't listen to a lick of music. She doesn't miss performing. She doesn't know shit about this industry. Which I applaud you for it, right? In that case, we gotta leave Tina alone. Or she gotta stop doing interviews. Tina is like, I think she's turning like 82 or something. Shout out to Miss Turner. We love her. What a trailblazer. What a woman. The other thing is, Tina's perspective makes me kind of understand it. Tina's like, I think Tina loved music in the beginning, but then towards the end, or I guess towards Ike, and because, you know, from Ike to leaving Ike to actually having to hustle her way back to the top, like literally from Vegas shows to these flop 70s albums. Finally, she gets a hit in the 80s, and now she's sustaining her life in the 90s and the 2000s. Tina talks about working and touring and music as a fucking job. Like a straining, horrendous job. And I totally get it from that point of view. I get it. But I'm just like, you don't tap your music. You don't try to sing. That's the shocking part. Like, you don't try to sing. Like, she said she did, I remember like one interview a couple years ago or something like that. She's like, she doesn't try to sing. Okay, I get it. You don't dance. Cause like, they were like, have you tried to sing? And she was like, sing? What's that? Like, okay, we get it, Tina. You don't like, or you're lying to us. Either one or the other. But yeah, she's talked about her retirement and her beautiful house. That is one house or one estate that I really do find beautiful. And if it wasn't for the, I was kind of surprised she allowed us to see her house. But again, Tina is very accepting and opening, revealing, very candid. So in her HBO documentary, the beautiful shots of her house and her accomplishments, her accolades all throughout her house, the luxurious that she talks about, the trees, like her house is very beautiful. So I do oh, lady, she almost fell trying to get in her car. Oh my God, today. Oh my God. So yeah, beautiful house. That's one place. Okay, that's one thing I feel connected with Tina is that's a great place to retire, a great place to live, a beautiful place to live. Although, like I said, like when I reviewed the documentary, Tina did not know a lick of, what do they speak? German? Over there in Switzerland or something, wherever. I was shocked. I thought she was like at least fluent because you got to become a citizen. So I'm like, how do you become a citizen and not know the language? My God. Anyways, so Tina, we got to leave Tina alone, you guys. There's no point of continuing this banter, asking her like, what kind of music do you listen to? What are the new artists? And, you know, her answer was like, I listen to new artists. I tap my foot every now and then when I hear something, but I can't name like who it is or my favorite artist because I'd be, what did she say? She said, I'll be leaving out some names and I don't want to do that. AKA, leave me the fuck alone. And that's the other thing, right? I hate when like I keep saying this, I hate these journalists, right? Always asking, who are your new favorite artists? What do you think about the new generation? And it always gets Patti in trouble and have these older generation people looking stupid. Not in a bad way, but in a like silly way. Like, God. Just leave them alone. Ask them about their wardrobe. Ask them about their new album. Ask them about what they love about touring. Ask them about longevity. Like, leave the old versus new generation alone. It gets on my nerves. What's next? Oh, she sold her catalog for allegedly $50 million. One thing that surprised me, but I guess you gotta do what you gotta do at the moment, when Tina was like, my recording, she was like that last tour that she did, right? What was it called? The 50th anniversary tour. That last tour that she did, was like security for her to make money. And it's so interesting because, you know, now 10 years later, she's still making money off of different things. Selling her catalog. I'm hoping, you know, she got a little percentage in the Broadway play, the documentary. And, you know, I'm sure there's other little things. I know she sold like her houses and stuff before she left and became a citizen of Switzerland. So yeah, shout out to Tina. We love Tina Turner. And y'all need to leave her alone. And on that note, I'm going to take a quick break. And when I come back, we're going to talk about Miss Adele. Miss Adele and what's going on with her. Be right back. Take a listen to the sponsor. Sponsored by Anchor. Side note, so the song of this week, which was like last week I came across this. Little Girls. I think, oh yeah, Patti at her, I think it's like, what was it, Atlantic City show? No. Atlanta show? Yeah, I think she had a show in Georgia. And she sang Little Girls. Beautiful ballad, right? There's so many different versions of it online. Not versions, but so many different live performances of her singing online. And she just sang the living Jesus out of it. And I was just like, we gotta acknowledge this. So if you have a chance, go ahead and take a listen, take a look, open YouTube and listen to Little Girls. It's the song of the week. It's by Patti. It's from her, I think, Tasty album or something like that. I don't know. But yeah. Welcome back to the Dare Show podcast. Thank you for sticking around still. All right, so let's talk Adele. Miss Adele. So you know, Adele's coming out. She's resurfacing. Her words, not mine. She's resurfacing into civilization, into fame or whatever. And she's done a couple interviews, like magazines, basically mostly with Vogue. I think it was a Vogue America. I think that last one was. And then British Vogue. And she's just talking and just talking. Basically, these were like pre-album listening parties because each interview she played them a song and they described the song. Just like, okay, why are we doing this again? Like you did it with the last one. Okay, why are you like, I don't know, whatever. But the reason why I'm talking about Adele is I'm not even like a huge Adele fan. Like I do like Hello. And I think that's because Wendy Williams would be like, hello. When she would like describe Adele. And so I was like, okay, let me go listen to that song. So I do enjoy Hello. All 100 minutes of it. I do enjoy Hello. Adele, I don't know, she doesn't hit me like everybody else does. Like my sister. My sister, I think, has loved her since the beginning. And then, you know, Rolling in the Deep. I don't know why Adele said, okay, so Adele said something that made me want to like figure out what she was talking about. Well, somebody said Adele said something that made me want to figure out what she was talking about. But yeah, like my sister loved Adele. Rolling in the Deep was a hit that stuck literally like grits. It was on the charts and like on the radio for like a whole entire like year or two. That was a moment in time I do not want to go back to. But Adele has like had extreme success. And a couple things I did not know about Adele. I did not know she had 15 Grammys, you guys. I'm going to go look that up and see what they were all for. But I'm like, 15? Damn, girl. And I know these are all like solo Grammys. These aren't like collaborations because she doesn't have any or little to no collaborations. Also, another thing she said about collaborations was Adele is other times. Adele understands that, you know, or she sees the people wanting a collaboration with like Beyonce or whoever Beyonce is or whatever. Um, she understands that, but she's like, it has to fit right. It has to be the right collaboration. And then I also feel like she's in her Mariah Carey bag where, you know, the writing and the singing is very personal to her. So it's like I get it, Mariah, but I get why Mariah doesn't want to write for other people. But I'm just like, I wish she would. Like I get it so personal. And so when it's something so personal, I guess you just want to keep it to yourself. Um Her new album, she was like, it's very self-destruction, self-reflection, and very redemptive, if that's the word. And I'm like, so this is like Lemonade. This is your Lemonade girl? Okay. Um, Adele's banter is very banter, and it's like, I need audio. I need visual because reading the last article, I think it was the American Vogue article. Both all the pictures look beautiful. She looked incredible. Her weight loss looks really great on her. And, you know, she's still at like an age where everything is gonna look good and snap back and be tight. She looks really great. Um, Her banter is just like that last article, the last American Vogue was just so long, and they were just it's like, girl, can we wrap this up? Shit, I'm tired of reading. Um, and it just left me confused. Uh, the other thing is, she was married for like 3 years. Oh, that's what it seemed like. She was married for like 3 years. Maybe she was married for longer. I don't know, but I think she was married for like 3 years, and she's taking it so hard. And I think it's maybe because she has a kid, and she's like, I'm just like, girl, it's the way of the world these days. Everybody's getting married and getting divorced 9 months later. Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's 3 years. If it was like 10 years or something like that, 7, 8 years, it was like, okay, we have Houston, we have a problem. But like, girl, it's 3 years. One and done. Go figure out something else to do. And she's just like, I'm a divorcee, single mother of one. It's like, girl, get over it. You'll be all right. And also like with her marriage, she was just like, how are we going to split up? Or do we have a child? Like, I think she was talking about like she moved to LA. How did you get you and your kid moved to LA like that? Like, I always wonder, like, how do these like foreigners end up living here? Like, I don't think, yeah, Rihanna isn't a citizen. I don't think Adele is a citizen. How are y'all just living here off of a work visa? I, I'm confused. I don't get it. Um, her kid. She's just like, how do we like separate? Because, you know, society says you need to separate and be done. And I'm just like, that's the wonderful thing about these days and these ages. People are just doing what they want. They're making up their own rules. Make up your own rules. And I think that's what she was like talking about. She was like, he came when she moved to LA, her ex-husband, who has a funny last name. I don't know what his last name is. What is a funny last name every time I read it? It's like bubbly bibbly or something. They're like, how do we co-parent? Are, are you gonna move into the house? Something, something, something. It was just like, how do we do this? And I'm just like, that's the thing about co-parenting and being, you know, an adult. You get to make your own rules. You get to not follow what society says because you're, you know, you still have a kid. You still deeply appreciate and love this person. And she just was saying, you know, her divorce wasn't bad, anything bad. She just, it wasn't a correct fit for her and she needed to leave. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. It's not really of our business about it. Just like with Oprah, it reminds me of Oprah, and Oprah always talks about why she never got married. And it's just like, what do you mean why you never got married? The man wanted to marry you. You didn't want to get married because um of society norms. Like you're this independent woman and you have all these things going for you. But you wanted to get married, Oprah. I think she wanted to get married. Then she just like, I guess, like shoved that away. But she was just like, society norms, and this wouldn't be a typical marriage and a traditional marriage. So let's not get married. It's like, that's the only reason why you're not going to get married. Not because he's a bad guy. Not because you guys are like broke. Not because, um, he's sick or he's cheating or something like that. He's a bum. But because of society norms, you didn't get married. Like, it sounds so ridiculous. And I'm just like, Oprah, you gotta do better, sweetie. Like, you're the first, or probably like second millionaire black woman at that time. I think she's, a billionaire now in the 2000s. But at that time in the 90s, you were like the first like millionaire, successful television black woman production company, stuff like that. And so now you don't want to get married because you're breaking all these rules, but when it comes to marriage, you have to follow one rule, whatever. I didn't know her little kid, Angelo, I'm going to say Angelo in quotes because she's like, the media doesn't know when he was born. The media doesn't know what his real name is. I'm like, oh, his name isn't Angelo, but you keep calling him Angelo. Angelo. He's 9 years old, you guys. I did not know that her kid was 9 years old. I thought he was like 5 or 6 or something. Because she kept saying, like, he keeps asking me these questions about why we got divorced and I don't have the right answers. So I just wrote songs and the album was about the answers to his questions and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, he's 6. Like, how many questions is this little kid asking? Like, why is it so traumatic for this kid to like not have both of his parents in his life? But the kid is 9, so I'm like, oh, okay. He's pretty much a full forming, thought forming human. So yeah, it's a little rough. Um, but the thing is, her baby's father is her husband, so he's 9. So you guys have been together for 9 years and only married for 3. It's just very confusing. But whatever. Um. Okay. Now this makes sense because I was like, she was saying her requirements are very high in terms of a partner now, and so I'm like, well, you've been together with this man for like 3 years, or at least like 5 years. So like, what was you doing that wasn't so great? But I'm like, no, you've been together with him for like over 10 years at least. So you do have room to work with what you want in your next relationship. 3 times a day, she works out. I was like, my God, today. She was like, she does boxing, weight training, and I think like cardio or something like that. And her weight loss was very much, I want to do it for myself, my mental health. I'm like, maybe I should try working out. I don't know. I think I do the podcast. Where are my notes? So somebody was talking about um how Hello or Easy on Me is her new single. When I listen to her album, maybe because I have a podcast where I talk about music, I might listen to her album, but I did listen to the song, or I watched the video. Um, it was a cute video. Yeah, she looked really good in it. She looked really, really good in it. It was it started out black and white, and I was like, oh, I hope they do like a little flash of color And they did at like towards the middle. They flashed it into color. She was really pop locking it, dropping it in that chair. Her hair was moving. I wonder if she. Oh, I don't think she does have any up tempos. But I'm like, it would be very interesting if she did give us like an up tempo song, right? Something like "Rolling in the Deep," I guess, or a little. No, "Rolling in the Deep" is pretty up tempo. Something even faster than up, "Rolling in the Deep." Okay, you guys. There's like this meme of not even a meme now. It's an actual picture. I did not know that was really Adele. She went to like some I don't think it was Carnival. It might have been like Carnival or Juve, the J word. With the Jamaican party and festival, and she had like the Bantu knots, the makeup, and then like the and a bikini top with like the Jamaican flag. And it's like I have to go look at the picture. Um, I did not know that was actually her. I thought that was like somebody who looked like her. And I'm just cracking up. Yes, and she looks like, oh, somebody snapped a picture of me. Oh, her body looks really good in this photo. And she's learning, unlike Jessie Nelson. She's learning about cultural appropriation. And she's like, okay, I am appropriating the culture and I'm sorry. But I'm like, nobody around you told you not to do this. She's like, the Bantu knots are protective style for the Afro hair. You know, in Britain they talk a little different terminology. Um, and fucked my hair up. She was saying that was kind of funny. So yeah, I didn't know that was her. That's really hilarious. So somebody on Twitter was like, or they kind of misinterpreted this. This is the reason why I went to go look up, read this long ass article. Somebody on Twitter was saying that Miss Adele, we know she doesn't. Well, I didn't know, but she make music, tour, go away. She doesn't like touring. She has to take care of her voice really much now because she had vocal surgery. Um, she doesn't like fame. And she really dogs out like the press and what they do know and what they don't know and rumors and stuff like that. And it's like I feel like she kind of cares a little bit because you're like going into a little too much about it for you not to care. So she's just like somebody was saying about the first single and how I should bring it up. Let me see. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. Because what they said, it was like different than what was being said. Give me 1 second. What did I say? It was self sabotage. They made it seem like she was like sabotaging herself. And I was just like, I don't think, I found that weird that she would self sabotage or like that the label. What? Why isn't it bringing anything up? I find it weird, like, the label will let her. Oh my goodness, Derek. What the hell? I find it weird that the label will let her, like, not put out her best, right? Or she wouldn't want to put out her best. So I'm just like, why would somebody say that? Okay. What the hell, Derek? What the hell? I can't even find it, you guys. What's this Twitter down? I'm trying to search something and it's not letting me. Hold on, let me see if I can go to my profile and scroll all the way back to 1983 without my phone messing up. Oh, that was yesterday. That was days ago. Oh, look at that. But I'm just like, why would they make her self-sabotage? I don't understand. Because that's what it sounds like. Because it was just like, so how are you guys doing? Do you guys watch 90 Day Fiance? I wish they would leave us alone with Steven and Alina. They are the worst couple. I put them on the worst couple list because I just can't take it anymore with them. He's very wishy-washy. No, he's becoming wishy-washy with her. And it's like, it's becoming like fake. Like, I'm on this show called 90 Day Fiance. And I don't want to get married. Like, what do you mean you don't want to get married? This is what we're here for. This, isn't that what Rihanna said? This is what you came for. Please let me come across it. Like, no. Was it on Friday? Okay. Married at First Sight. I think I passed it. Okay, but anyways. So, the guy, he was just like, I don't want to like, because I feel like I'm going to twist it up a little bit more than it took it in a slightly different direction, but it was just something like, oh, here it is. Here it is. In an interview with Vogue, somebody said, Ross, I'll just put it out. Easy on Me is a beautiful song. I would say, however, it's the weakest lead she's released. It's also a little too personal of a song to me to be a radio lead. And this other guy who I followed years ago, he was said, in her interview with Vogue, she said she purposely did that. She didn't want a song like Hello. Well, she didn't say that. She didn't want a song like Hello because she never wanted to reach that level of stardom ever again. And I'm just like, okay. She just plummeted. Okay. So I'm just like, that's not what she said. And that sounds like self-sabotage. Or like, you don't want success. You don't want like success. So you're going to put out mediocre or mid music. And I'm just like, that's not what she said. What she said was, and it still makes measure, she avoided writing a certain kind of song for the next album. For instance, there is a bomb, I don't know what this means, bombastic hello? There isn't a bombastic hello. Okay, I guess she's making up a word. She tells me at one point, but I do not want another song like that. The song capulated me in fame to another level that I don't want to happen again. I'm not saying I've got hellos in my pocket. I was just conscious that I didn't want my story on this album to sound like that. So I was like, okay, that's different. You're not saying you. They're talking about the singles, right? He's talking about. She personally didn't want that. She didn't want a song like Hello because she never wanted to reach that stardom again. Okay, I guess that is what he's saying. But I'm just like, it sounds like he's making it sound like she's self-sabotaging. She's just sounding like she's protecting her fame in a sense. But the thing is, Adele, you're already a superstar. You're already well appreciated. You have 15 fucking Grammys, Adele. Hello. Hello. Wake up, delicious. Like, you have 15 Grammys. Rolling in the Deep, that song played on and on and on and on and on. You're already straight. You're already in the famous stratosphere. They're already making rumors up about you. They're already trying to get in your business. There's pictures of you everywhere. When you drunkenly told people last year that your album was coming out, the internet, like, I think for the last, like, 4 years or so, 3 or 4 years, the rumors about Adele, at least in the last 2 years, the rumors about Adele and this new album and the anticipation, that Rihanna and Adele, that's the anticipation that I'm really like seeing about people who want new music from. So I'm just like, Adele, you're already there. You're not coming back. Like, you don't really come back from that kind of quote unquote fame stratospheric fame. You don't really come back from that unless, you just like completely disappear in a way. I don't know. Music is so powerful that, we have the Millennium Tour. We have Anita Baker being on her final tours and stuff like that. Like, music is so powerful and it resurrects the dead. Like, you're already there, sugar. Just accept it. And I think the Hurt Easy on Me charted kind of low, but I'm sure it'll grow and I'm sure it'll be like number one. Because I do find like sometimes some of these songs take nowadays, if it's not hit out the gate, it'll take a moment for it to bubble up into number one. But that was just my thing. Adele, you're already there. Roll like past songs before, like I'm even saying, like I don't think Rolling in the Deep went number one. I'm not sure. I don't think it did. But just like with past songs, sugar, you're already a superstar. And that's all I have to say about it, Don. Nothing negative. Just like you're already there. So I don't know why would you just put out your best music and don't hold back. I wouldn't hold back. Sure, Hello was this unexpected hit. But don't shorten yourself, sugar. People love you. And then there's this part in this article where they were like, oh, Lord, let me bring it up again, you guys. I'm sorry. Because I was very confused. I was just like, who is talking like this? Thank you, Twitter, for doing that. Going up when I didn't ask you to, but it was necessary. I'm slightly unprepared. I was not expecting to go in like this. I did this last night, so it should be coming up soon. It was like this very weird article. Okay, so it was this clip I was very confused about. It said, "In the kind of house I have in LA, I can never afford in London, ever. I mean, you probably could, no." And then it pauses. Somebody says, "No. I looked at houses. It's like hundreds of millions of pounds. I don't have that much money at all. I'd throw up." I'm like, did Adele say this or did the interviewer say this? I'm guessing I don't know. It's a weird talk. Because I'm like, Adele, you have money. So I'm like, why are they insinuating you're saying this? And it's like, I said, then she said, there's none of that. So I'm like, okay, whatever. That's all I have for Adele. Thank you so much for listening to the Dare Show podcast. If you would like to follow me, I'm on Instagram at MYLOVEMYNEEDTONIGHT. You can also leave a comment on the YouTube, the Dare Show podcast. I'm also available everywhere. Hopefully, I'm on Apple, I'm on Google Play, I'm on Anchor, I'm on a lot of stuff. So take a listen, read a book, listen up. It's the Dare Show podcast. Thank you for listening. And on that note, I'll be back next week to talk about some more good or bad stuff. Excuse me. See you later.